Today is Thursday, February 18th, and we're on part 4 of Embracing God Through Friendships. Friendship's beautiful. The book of John is where I'm parked this week and really all month, and I want you to continue to feast in the book of John. Some powerful stuff. Today we're going to talk about how to be a friend like Jesus. I mean, he's your friend, right? So you would like to be like him as your friend to your friends. So I want to look at a portion of scripture out of John 17, and then I'm going to talk about 5 ways you can be like Jesus. And I think it's going to help you today. So let's look at John 17, 15 through 19. This was Jesus before he went before the Sanhedrin and the Pharisees, right before he went to the crucifixion, probably right after the coming in, the triumphal entry on the donkey into Jerusalem during that week between that and when he went to his crucifixion. So he's trying to prepare the disciples. He was a man of prayer. If you want to be like Jesus, be a man of prayer, a woman of prayer. But he said, my prayer is that you take them, he's praying for the disciples, his friends, take them out of the world, but that you protect them. It's not that you take them out of the world, but that you protect them from the evil one. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them by the truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I have sent them into the world. For them I sanctify myself, that they too may be sanctified. So let's look at these scriptures. There's 5 ways that I see here of how you can be a friend like Jesus. Let's look at that first scripture out of John 17, verse 15. My prayer is that you do not take them out of the world, but that you protect them from the evil one. You know, we need to pray for our friends in that way. You may be a kind of friend that wants to protect your friends from all kind of hurt and from not, messing up. And you can't control people. You can't protect them. You can't protect your friends to the point that they'll never have pain. We go through things. That's what grows us. That's what makes us who we are. So your friends are going to have trouble. So your job is not to protect them from everything that comes along. Your job is to pray for them that as they live in the world and go through problems, that they will be protected from the onslaught of the enemy. That he may look like at times that he's prospering in his plans, but he will not overcome them. So you pray for them that way. Lord, I'm not going to pray for my friends that they'll be isolated and insulated. No, they have to live life. But I pray that the enemy will not get the best of them. That's how Jesus prayed for his friends. Secondly, so pray for your friends like Jesus. Secondly, don't be like the world. He said, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. To be a good friend like Jesus, don't be like the world. Don't try to influence your friends to be like the world. Don't criticize them for being like Jesus. Don't let religion stand in the way of relationship with God. Rules and regulations get in the way of your relationship, and you try to put your rules and regulations on them. That's no different than what the world does. The world likes you as long as you play by its rules. You can't be that kind of friend. Jesus wasn't like that. He said, I'm about the Father's business. I'm not of the world. My friends aren't of the world. And so that's our common denominator. So first of all, pray for your friends like Jesus prayed for his friends. Secondly, don't be like the world. Jesus wasn't like the world. Thirdly, sanctify them by truth. Your word is truth. So when your friends come to you for advice, take them to the word. There's no better advice than the word. And yes, we go to friends for advice, but if you're a friend like Jesus, he's saying, I'm going to lead you to the truth of the Father. I may not tell you what you want to hear, because you may want to hear a lie. You may want to hear what you want to hear. You may want to hear my plan for what works in my life. Hey, to be a friend like Jesus, take them to the word, because the word works. It's not always comfortable, but it works. So show them or sanctify them by truth. Your word is truth. To be like Jesus, take your friends to the word. Be a student of the word. And then fourthly, encourage them to follow God. Here's the scripture out of John 17, 15 through 19. This is verse 18. As you sent me into the world, I have sent them into the world. Remember, Jesus didn't try to insulate his friends. He said, you're going to disperse and go out. And most of them, all but John, experienced martyrdom. So Jesus didn't try to protect them. He did pray that the plan of the enemy would be stayed in their life so they could get the message of God out. But he encouraged his friends to follow after God. For you sent me into the world, now I'm sending them into the world. Encourage your friends to follow God, to follow their dream, to do the impossible thing, not to play it safe. Follow God. And when they say, hey, here's what I'm hearing God say to me, what do you think? And you see that sparkle in their eye, encourage them to go out and follow the dream of God. There's not enough people that do that. That's a good friend. Follow the dream of God. And the last one, we've had pray for your family, one. Secondly, don't be like the world. Thirdly, share the word, not your opinion. Got lost there a little bit. Share the word. Fourth, encourage them to follow God. And fifthly, sanctify yourself for your friends. That's a true sacrifice, a true giving thing. Jesus said in verse 19 of John 17, for them I sanctify myself, that they too may be sanctified. What does that mean? Sanctified means to be set apart for God's purpose. You know, it's not just about you. You're not an island. You have friends. So when I sanctify myself and set myself apart from the world for the work of God, I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my friends as well, because I'm following Jesus. So I'm doing this for my friends. I want them to see that I will live a life separated from the world. I will be different, and it will give them encouragement to live their life different than this world, to sanctify themselves. Jesus was a giver. He was a good friend. And I want you to be a good friend. And when you follow Jesus' example out of John 17, 15 through 19, follow these 5 things, you're going to be a friend like Jesus. Embrace God with your whole life.